Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 150 of EA Vanheim as part of the Charlama lobby where I subbed in, I think around turn 77 or something like that. So subbed into the late game, and it just keeps getting later and later into the late game. Alright. So what are we doing this turn? We've summoned some stuff, so I'm gonna start turning back on the Draconian Factory. I think it's part of my intent with this one. We cast Raven Feast to turn some Air Gems into Death Gems, because we're using more of our Death Gems. We put up a Dome, Seeking Arrow, Army of the Dead. We did a Scrying Pool. Alright, not a whole lot happening this turn. In terms of the event page, we did have this fight where, oh, they've got the first couple. So let's go ahead and check this out. If you've watched Lucid's series, then I think you realize how dangerous the first couple can be set up as a master and slave caster. So I think he used it in his Bosmos game. I forget if he used it in his Bogarus game. I don't think so. It was done to him, and he used it in his Atlantis game. But the Innate Caster 3 means that Master and Slave can be cast with like a 33% casting time. So you can cast it twice before anti-magic if you kit this guy correctly, which is kind of terrifying, really. There's not much you can do about it. It can magic phase onto your army and just do that to you. So, additionally, if he's like a prophet or something, he could potentially have bonus hit points. And you can't charm him at that point. And I don't think it'll let you steal him. Or maybe it just teleports him and then he has the Ring of Returning to go home. So there's all sorts of crazy stuff you can do with this guy. Very scary chassis. Let's see, 10 protection. Let's see what we've got here. We have multiple thugs. This guy's more of a general, so you can see his is more about just keeping him alive. You have the Awe, you have Luck, you have 26 protection from the Marble Armor, you have the Dancing Shield, etc. You have this guy, who I guess is the Banner Holder. It has a Fear Aura and some armor to just help him not die. And then we have some snakes, whose job is to set the Vine Ogres on fire. And we have this guy, who looks like an anti-magic caster and has a sword. And then we have this guy who looks like a thug, just like a plain old thug, and is pretty good at killing like water elementals. And we have some of these guys. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of mixing fire drakes with vine ogres. Probably just do the fire snakes and fire drakes as their own thing. These guys would mix really well with swamp drakes because they have the poison resistance. But, I mean, they're not fighting anything. But it was kind of cool checking that out. We lose some pop, we gain some unrest, we lose some dominion. We're under siege. We had some mages die from disease. And we got some mercs. Alright. Now, there wasn't a lot that happened over the end turn for this turn, but there is a decent amount that we're doing this turn. So, one of my other games, my Statist game, is slowing down. I've had a little bit more time to dive into this. Try and figure out ways to maybe break the gridlock. The gridlock being Vengeful Waters has really kind of slowed us. We're not really moving beyond our own dominion. But we're going to go ahead and push forward, even under Vengeful Waters. So we're sending a Lich here. I think this Lich is kitted to be able to kill water elementals. And he has a lot of death gems, and he can get his own water elemental and he's commanding a bunch of undead. He's going to put this fort under siege. We did see this moving around. I had ordered up another large magic phase attack, and then Yomi said he would try to clear it. So I called that off. And we are moving on to the green sink, though. So we're bringing our mercs, because they don't really matter. We're bringing this guy, who's kind of like a thug kit. We're bringing a couple of vampires with similar scripts, honestly, in case something happens to one of them. And each of them commands a bunch of devils, so that this is like the power behind the army. So we're using 2 of our devil raiding squads. We have another small squad of Vanheims, which this guy will bless. This guy's job is to do Army of Lead, and I'm going to hope he doesn't get hit by water elementals. He has some earth gems, so maybe he could do earth elementals to counter, is kind of the plan. So hopefully he can defend himself. Additionally, we've got another squad of Vanheims. We have some Draconians, and we have some Trolls. So this army has some chaff in it, but it's also got a pretty decent amount of killiness to it. Now, I haven't deployed all this really great, so I've got a bunch of heat aura units immediately around my units that... So I positioned things poorly, is what I'm trying to say. I might set some of my stuff on fire. Kind of depends on how much PD there is, if that will be an issue or not. There's this stuff with a Lich, which I think we've ordered up some Mind Hunts for. White Grave, yeah, 4 Mind Hunts at the Lich. Okay. We're getting another Wraith Lord. We're gonna move some troops stealthily up to here. So we have a raiding force of ghosts, backed with some thugs, and a Wraith Lord. And I don't know why Steam keeps doing that. But, and then we've got a couple of servants coming up with some gems and armor. And we're going to see if we can kit out a forest. If this doesn't move, maybe we can cut them off here and kind of like trap them in this area. What else are we doing? And that part of that reason is the reason for the armor piercing and armor negating attack 2-handed weapons, is to be able to chew through these. We are forging some stuff. So we've handed out a lot of our thug kit stuff, but we're replacing some of it. So kind of good. We were able to empty out the inventory for our new thugs. Now we can kind of stock it back up. So we've generated some nice thug power, and now we can use it. It's probably been too long since I've done something like that, and I would say that the Flames from the Sky has not killed like the targets I really wanted it to kill. We can see that yeah. So that's unfortunate. Like, we did kill some stuff. I don't know exactly what all we killed. Maybe some, like, deep one spearmen. I don't know. So that was probably a waste of, like, 100 gems that we could have used to get money to get thugs, and maybe we could have sent thugs to help. Maybe that would have been better. Probably more effective. I don't know. So we might lay off the Flames from the Sky cannon, go back to just using fire and earth for money and gear. Let's see. Another thing that we're doing is we're moving our Pretender over to here. Our plan next turn is to potentially cast Vengeful Waters. Oh, yeah, and like, we are sending out 2 more Flames from the Sky and a Murdering Winter. We'll see what that does. And some Earth attacks. And so, yeah, I think that's most of it. We're sending another Wraith Lord over here, but stealthy. These guys are stealthy. The Wraith Lord is going to pick up this Devil Squad because the vampires can't go underwater. And I think that's it. In terms of recruitment, are we recruiting some? Yeah, we're getting some thugs this turn, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, generating some combat power, particularly gold combat power, gold-based, because yes, it costs us a certain number of gems to generate that gold, but I don't know. I can't really use my fire gems to attack Atlantis under the water. So turning that into money that I can use to buy my gold-based national thugs and send them underwater seems viable to me. And let's see, what else are we doing? We're doing a couple of Gift of Reasons for these two. So we've got this guy, and we've got this one who's only blind and crippled, which is bad for a super combatant, but probably fine for certain casters. And I think that's it. So I'll go ahead and kick it out to turn 151. For this particular recording session, it's only this turn. One of the players was out for a week, which was fine. I think I needed the break to catch up on real life a little bit, so that worked out for me. And with the Statistic game winding down, hopefully I can dive back into this one more. So I've got this one and the Arethea game. And I think the Arethea game is also going to... I think I'm in a turtle phase, or I'm about to start one. So I'm looking forward to that, because then maybe I can really organize some more aggressive play in this game. So looking forward to it, and I'll see you in the next one, turn 151. Have a good one. Bye.